Hello everyone, my name is Virasat Siddiqui and I am from FZ Technologies. Today I'm going to talk about a scripted REST API service. How do we create a scripted REST API service and how we are going to call that web service from JavaScript. So let's go over with this thing. So first of all, I am going to create a scripted REST API service. For that, I type scripted here and go here scripted REST API. So now I'm click new here. So I'm just going to create a very small uh, service. Let's say the name, just give it a name as a name, say greetings, and just submit this thing. So after it gets created, we need to open it again, and it fills out automatically a lot of information like base API path. This is my base API path, and the first thing that we need to do is create a resource. So click a resource here. HTTP method I'm going to use get, and name again we can give the same name here, should not be a problem. Say greetings, and relative path is basically the parameters that we are going to pass. So for this I'm going to pass two parameters, and the parameter needs to be enclosed in curly brackets. So the first thing that the first parameter would be maybe just greetings, and the second parameter would be name. And again I need to use curly bracket for that. So I'm going to create this name, and now here when you create this, it automatically creates a script. It's a function. So this is where actually we are going to write the script. I have already typed the script just to save the time, so I'm going to copy this script from here and paste it here. So this is a very small script. What it is going to do is going to get two input parameters and just basically display the name with the greeting. So if you see here, I'm using this is the request. This function has two objects, request and response. So I'm using this request path parameters and storing this value here. What it is going to do, basically it is going to store the full path parameters in this variable, and then I'm constructing these two variables here, path parameter and second parameter, and then defining a body object. It's basically just JSON object, and constructing like body full greeting is the first parameter and the second parameter. So just save it here. Now this scripted REST API is created. In order to test it, what we can do, we can go to REST API Explorer. REST API Explorer. Go here, and for the namespace we have this x436 Gmail space, Gmail namespace, and API name. This is the API just we created. So as soon as you select this, it is asking for two parameters, the greetings and names. So for that I'm going to type the first parameter is hello, and the name would be Virasat S Sticky, and this is where actually you are going to set the request headers. We are going to leave this thing as it is. Request format is application JSON, and request format is again application JSON, and you click the send button. So as soon as you click the send button, you get the response back from the server is a 200 response, which is good. And the response body, if you see, it's a JSON, it's a JSON format. So what I'm going to do here, actually I am going to copy the JavaScript code from here, select a snippet and copy this code and create a small JavaScript to call this web service. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I have a Visual Studio. I will create a simple web form. So just name this form as web form APX1 like this, and here I'm going to create a function and call this function, maybe say greetings, but before that I need to create a script tag. And this function needs to go under this script, and this is here we're going to define type as a JavaScript text JavaScript. So I created a function. Now I think I lost that copy, so I need to go back here and copy this thing and put it here. So this is the JavaScript code that is generated by the Servicenow, and here we are going to make some small changes. So first of all, I'll go to the design mode and create some tables here. Set table, maybe like 3-4 rows. I'm going to create a button here, and let's do a text area here, and maybe have one input text. Okay, so these are the HTML control that I added here. So now I go back to my source code, and what happened here? Okay, I think I lost my code here, so let's type this script again here. Script type text JavaScript, and again function say greetings. Okay, now I'm going to paste my code, which is here. Now this time I think I'm going to save it. So this is the code but developed by ServiceNow itself. So we are just going to make small changes to this code. First of all, I need to change the username here. You don't want to use admin, so this is just my username and the password. Just 1 2 3. I'm going to comment this code, and I've already written a small code here just to save time. So just click this thing, just copy this thing from here and go back and do this thing. What it is basically, I mean, I'm just capturing the response to this object data variable, and then assigning this data to the text area that I just created, and then using this JSON.parse data, which is basically converting the string to the JSON object. And once it gets converted to the JSON object, I am basically parsing this full greeting values. So I think the code is ready. So now what I can do, I can just run this thing. and I click on this. Okay, it's not going to run because we are not calling the function. So we need to, I completely forgot about that. We need to call this function from the button. So from here on click, just to make sure that I don't have any typo here. So call this thing, say greetings. Now let's try one more time and see if it works this time. Click button, didn't happen. Let's see. Okay, so now we are getting this error message. If you see that it has been blocked by the course policy, so we need to add this for the course policy. So what I'm going to do, just copy this thing and go here and go to course rules, and I'm going to create a new rule for this API, and the REST API was my say greeting, right? What was the name of the API? Let's go back there. Scripted REST API. Say greetings, right? This was the name. Why I'm not seeing it here? Type this thing. Say hello. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so domain, again the local host, because we need to put this thing here, and then I'm going to submit it, and let's go back again and try this thing. Click button. Okay, now if you see that, I mean, this is the entire JSON object that I'm getting it, and from this JSON object I'm parsing this information. So this is how basically you are going to call JavaScript for the scripted REST API. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching my video.